Here's the truth no one tells you. Becoming a content creator in 2026 is much easier than you think, and what you actually need is 6 focused weeks. In 6 weeks from today, you could have a clear social media strategy that doesn't require quitting your job, a full content workflow that supports you, and a batch of content ready to post so that you can focus on building your business. I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do each week so you can finally build momentum and show up confidently on Instagram. I'm Natalia, and I help creators like you turn content into income, freedom, and a brand you're proud of, so let's do this. Now, I'm sure you're super excited about wanting to be a creator, so your first urge might be to just jump in and start creating straight away. But this would be a mistake, and it's one of the reasons why so many people start strong and then just stop creating altogether by week 2 or 3. This is why you need to build a strong foundation to allow you to create for months and years. So this week may seem simple, but it's anything but. It starts with research, and here you're gathering data with intention. We need to figure out what is happening in your niche, what's working, and how you can contribute to the conversation with your content. Now, start by saving formats that you genuinely enjoy consuming. So talking head reels, voiceover reels, POV clips, photo dumps, carousels, anything that you're drawn to and is in line with the type of a creator you want to be. Now, I'm sure at this point, you've probably thought about becoming a content creator for a while and already have some ideas on what your account could be about. With this in mind, look at what your potential audiences are already interested in. Check the comments under creators in your niche, and most importantly, pay attention to the sentiments and questions that people ask there and any topics that just keep repeating themselves. Plus, take note of interesting hooks, whether verbal or visual, editing styles, designs. This helps you understand what people care about right now and what they're actively searching for. Then study your niche. So what are other creators doing well? What is missing? Where do you see gaps that you could fill with your unique perspective? We're not trying to compare here or get ideas to post later one-to-one or just get overwhelmed with how others are doing so well when you're just starting. Remember that you bring a unique voice to the table no matter what you do, because you'll be sharing your lived experience that cannot be copied, but we also need to understand what people are drawn to. So my biggest tip here, save everything. Put it all in one place. You can do Instagram collections, you can embed them on Canva whiteboard, put them all in your Notion dashboard, pin it on Pinterest, anything that works for your brain, but please try to organize it as much as you can. Maybe by format, maybe by what makes the content stand out. So you can literally have collections for carousels and talking head reels, or boards for actionable topics and amazing design and editing styles that you love. If you're working on Canva, on Pinterest, or Notion, you can also add some useful notes to describe what you liked about this particular piece of content and what it inspired you to create. By the end of week 1, you should have a mini library of inspiration that reflects both your vibe and your audience. Week 2, strategy. Now, nothing you do from now on matters if you don't have a solid strategy in place. And listen, when you're just starting out, there's going to be so much experimenting. You'll have to pivot and change a lot of things. So treat this strategy as a fluid thing in the first months that gently guides you rather than something that you have to just rigidly stick to. I know I tried all the different things when I was starting out, and this actually made me a much better creator in the long run. But there will be elements here that are going to be your brand foundation, tell you who you're talking to and who you should keep top of mind when you're creating content. Now, of course, your general content strategy needs to be in line with your business strategy. What successful creators all have in common is that they treat their online presence like they would a job, or better yet, an actual business. And for this, you need a few things. When you want to be fully professional from the get-go, you need a good email, a link in bio, and ideally a website too, which takes us to today's partner, Hostinger. Now, with Hostinger, you can set up a clean link in bio page under your own domain, which also gives you a professional email, not a generic Gmail one. And something that's different from your typical link pages here is that you can expand it into a full website or even an online store later without having to pay more to switch platforms or to migrate anything. It's all inside the same website platform, which is very easy to use, so you can customize everything with a simple drag and drop. Now, when you go to hostinger.com/Natalia and go to the pricing page in here, you can choose from 3 different plans plans. Now, I feel like the business plan makes the most sense given that you can create 50 websites. So this can be your main website, link in bio, any landing pages for your products, etc. And it also offers e-commerce features and AI capabilities. Now, if you click choose this plan from here, you can actually lock it in for a whopping 48 months in here to get the lowest monthly price. Plus, you have the free domain and 2 extra months as well. And all of that with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, depending on when you're watching this, the discount may be a little bit different. But when I'm recording this, there's actually a Black Friday deal going on, which gives you a 85% discount. And when you actually go to enter your code, so my code is Natalia, and when you hit apply, this comes down by a further 10%. After checkout, the setup is actually super quick. All you have to do is to go to the Hostinger website builder, and from here, you'll see the link in bio creator. Then you just choose a template that you like, and from here, you can actually connect your links, customize the colors and fonts, add anything you like from the blocks, and publish your final page. And if you want to grow later, you can build a full website when you're ready, collect emails, sell digital or physical products with no transaction fees, or even use print on demand so it all grows with you. If you want the most affordable way to set up your link in bio and your domain, go to hostinger.com/Natalia. I'll link it down in the description for you as well, and apply the code Natalia to get the best price available right now. Thank you to Hostinger for supporting the channel. And now that we have the basics covered, let's focus on the purpose behind your content. So are you building a personal brand? Are you trying to attract clients at this stage? Or are you creating an audience around your expertise? Your goal determines the type of content that you'll be posting. Next, try to get as clear as possible on your audience. So who are you speaking to? What do they struggle with? What do they aspire to be? And what do they want to learn? Your whole creation process will become infinitely easier the more you know about the person on the other side of the screen. You'll learn progressively, of course, but for now, write down everything you've found out about them in week 1. Once you know your audience, define your core messaging. So what values guide you, why they should follow you, who and how you help, and what key messages you're going to communicate to them over and over again. Again, things will become clearer with time, but try to identify what your focus is going to be on for now. Then identify your content pillars. Now, I have a whole video helping you to do that, so go watch it next. But as a brief one here, these are your core topics and subtopics that you'll be talking about in your content. Not only do these massively help you create content later, but they're also your main touch points to attract your audience and serve them well. Once these are in place, specify your content style. So this is how people start recognizing your brand. Think of pillars as the main topics you'll talk about consistently, and then your style as the way you communicate these topics. And a very, very, very important note, try to go towards the content formats that really match your strengths. If you can yap easily, then just yap on camera. That's the extension of your personality. And if you can create simple carousels with good storytelling, capitalize on that. Of course, it so often happens that people are intimidated by the general idea of being on camera, but don't let that stop you, please. Even simple B-roll videos can be very helpful at that stage, and choose what works for you right now, because remember, we're building a foundation first, and you can always add and experiment once you get in the rhythm of posting consistently. And speaking of that, finally, decide your posting frequency. This should feel sustainable, not stressful, so don't listen to the content gurus out there telling you to post every day. It is true that the more you post, the more experience you get, the faster you become, and the more opportunities you have to connect with your audience. But as I always say, it's better to post once or twice a week for a few months than every day for 2 weeks and then barely ever because you've burnt out. So look at how much you can realistically post in a week and make a note of it. Anything that works for you and you can truly honestly commit to at this point. And by the way, I'll be releasing a full video on content strategy, so make sure you're subscribed if you want help shaping your brand in a more detailed and actionable way. Week 3, content mapping and writing. Now we turn your ideas into an actual plan. In week 3, we'll map your content using your pillars, and what you want to do is to rotate them depending on how often you post. So 1 post equals 1 pillar. If it's weekly, then 1 pillar per week. If it's 2, then 2 pillars, and then next week, 2 other ones. For choosing your topics, think about specific topics that may work for this season or are talked about right now in the community, any missing content gaps that you may have noticed on week 1, any unique angles that you can bring to the table with your insights or stories and things like that. that. Then decide the formats you'll post within this theme. So for Instagram, this usually means reels, or talking head, voiceover, mini vlogs, etc., carousels, and static posts. You could choose a talking head reel on a Tuesday and a carousel on a Friday. If you're doing just one post per week, a voiceover reel every Monday, for example. You could also do a reel on Tuesday, a carousel on a Thursday, and a listicle post on Sunday. It all depends on the research you've done on week 1 and the strategy from week 2. Pick your biggest ideas first, the ones that you feel more excited about, but also the ones that will feel manageable to create. And of course, place them all on a content calendar. Now, you can use so many things for this. Do it on your regular calendar, do it in Canva, Notion, and Asana. Now, my tool of choice is Notion, and I have a whole content flow dashboard which you can grab yourself to set you up on the right path from the get-go, because it supports you every step of the way with research, with strategy, and of course, content creation included. You can check it out in the description box below. And once you've mapped your ideas with formats and pillars in mind, you can jump in and get the biggest pieces of content out of the way and ticked. For me, this starts with writing. Now, I recommend you write your scripts first, whether you're doing a talking head reel or a voiceover one. Your script should include the hook, your main points, and your call to action, and keep it real in a way that it still sounds like you when you write it. Now, I have loads of experience in writing this way, but if it feels strange and you don't feel like you can connect your writing with your personality like this, try to just outline your main points and do some random training recordings where you just literally just grab your camera and start talking. I've found that it always helped me clarify my message, but also just get some natural phrases that I would normally use when talking to a friend and then make note of them. And if you've decided against video in your first batch, then try to write out your carousel slides and some of the biggest captions, but I want to encourage you to try video as a format, even in a low-lift way. Let me know if you'd like me to create a video for you with low-lift video ideas so that you can lean into video content more easily. This entire third week is about planning and writing so that the next step becomes much easier. And the next step, week 4, is your recording and editing week. Now, start by recording all your talking head reels, and here are my quick rapid fire tips. Keep your setup simple. You don't have to have special lights, and unless you own them and know how to use them, of course. Generally, just use natural light if possible, which I know can be tough. I live in Scotland and we're right in the gloomy dark season right now, so I feel your pain if you're in a similar situation, but you can grab something like this to start with. But for natural light, just try to turn your face towards the light, because there is nothing worse than like backlight or massive shadows on your face. I find shooting into a corner gives you a nice background, but choose anything around your house that feels clean and not distracting. And I hope you know that recording with your phone is more than enough for social media. Try to record as many videos as you can in one session just to build momentum, and this is exactly why we wrote out the scripts or the outlines last week. Then move on to B-roll. So this can be planned, or this could happen more naturally, and it's tied to what you're doing. Capture clips that support your posts. So hands on keyboard, working at your desk, trying to design, walking outdoors, playing with your pets, packing orders, anything that represents your daily life or your business. Then record voiceovers for any reels that need translation. So sit comfortably and speak, imagining a friend sitting across from you so that it all feels natural, and then the editing becomes easier too. Once you have all your footage, start editing. Using clean, simple cuts works best. You don't need to bother with fancy transitions. Just add text and image overlays only when they genuinely help the viewer understand the message. Keep your style consistent by using the same fonts, colors, and animation styles if you use them. Oh, and don't forget to add automatic captions so that everyone can read what you're talking about on screen. And I have a whole video editing tutorial using the new Canva video editor to make this process easier for you, so go watch it next. By the end of week 4, all your videos should be recorded and edited. So week 5, batching, copy, and design. Now it's time to craft everything that supports your visuals. So start with carousels and write the copy first if you haven't done so in week 3 for my video creators. The rules here are the same, so think about the structure for your slides this way. First slide is your hook and a promise of the value your followers will get when they swipe to the next slide. Then do a secondary hook on the second slide to just reinforce the idea and show a different angle. Next, you have your value slides, Don't go overboard with the numbers. Unless you're telling a story, a simple 2 to 3 slides will do. And then finish with a call to action again, whether by sending them to your link in bio, which you easily created already in week 2, by asking them a question to prompt a comment, or sharing your offer. Then design your slides. Canva templates make this so much faster, and it's easy to keep your branding consistent through colors, fonts, and spacing there too. Next, write your captions. These should feel like an extension of your content, clear, helpful, and written in your own voice. If you tend to overthink your captions, remember that simple captions perform just as well, if not better, than long essays. Finally, design your reel covers. Now, I recommend doing this in one Canva file so that you can batch everything in one go. Again, rely on Canva templates, and with time, you'll find your own unique style, and these will serve as your own templates. And keep it simple. There's really no need to make these designs elaborate. All they have to do is to communicate what the post is about when someone lands on your profile. So text and a photo, or even just a photo, sometimes is more than enough. By the end of this week, you should have all of your posts fully designed, written, and ready to publish. So week 6, publishing and engaging. Now you've done all the foundational work. This week is about sharing it with your audience and building relationships. First, decide whether you want to pre-schedule everything or post manually. Choose what supports your energy and your lifestyle. But I'll be honest, I've not scheduled anything in a long time just because I don't post on Instagram enough, so it feels manageable. Just set reminders for yourself in your calendar. Every time you post, show up in the comments section. Every comment matters, but especially at the very beginning. These are real people getting to know you, so you can have conversations with them, but we're not just waiting for comments to magically appear. Be active on the platform, not just posting, but by joining conversations elsewhere too. Commenting on other creators' posts in a genuine way, liking content, sharing what resonates, just being an active user and not just a lurker. All of this is how you build connections, which is a crucial part of your content journey, but also it helps you grow faster and more authentically. At this stage, you'll have a full workflow that supports you long term. On week 6, you can already start mapping out content for the next batch of posts. And this process is key because you want to make sure that you always have something to post. With time, your workflow will become more yours. You'll find how you like to flow through things and what content resonates with your audience, not to mention, of course, what content brings you most joy and what you can lean into. Now, don't forget to claim the special offer for Hostinger with my code Natalia to build the foundation for your creator journey in the right way. And our next step is learning how to effectively plan 45 days of content in just 1 hour. That's the first video in a 2-part series, and it will make the whole process even easier. Watch that video next in here, subscribe, and like this video. It really helps the channel a ton. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.